Hello, it's Polly Payne, and welcome back to another episode of the Dream Printing Podcast. I am so excited. Today is all about journaling. If you're a journal lover, prepare to be inspired by my incredible friend and student, Goranka. She made a beautiful brand called Let Soul, and she has a stunning gratitude journal. And she's going to tell the story of how she was inspired to make this journal, how she made it happen, and what it's been like on the other side of selling her paper product. Now, if we haven't met before, I'm the CEO and founder of Horacio Printing. I'm also the creator of Print School, which is my signature program that thousands of people have joined and have created their paper products. I have some of them. These are a lot of my students' products on the shelf. I cannot wait to add Goranka's journal to my shelf. And then I have a ton more in my in my closet over here and over on this shelf. It's been so much fun watching students take their dream and finally take it off the back burner and say, I'm going to make it. So I hope this testimony and story is inspiring to you today. And also, I hope that if you have that fire in your heart to create something and you're like, I've been wanting to make something, I hope that this just kind of adds a little spark to your fire. We're created to create. It's just it's a piece of who we are as humans. And so if that dream has been a dream of yours, I would love to help you begin your journey of creating it. You can learn more. I have a free workshop for you, the same one that Goranka watched, and she actually found me here on YouTube. So if you want to watch that same workshop, you can go to HoracioPrinting.com/workshop. It's a 45-minute free course on the dream printing method, which is my method of how to go from an idea in your head to a paper product in your hand. I hope you will check that out. And without further ado, let's welcome Goranka to the show. Yay! I'm so excited. We have Goranka here. She is an incredible dreamer and creator. She created her beautiful journal that she's going to tell us all about. So I'm really excited to kind of learn about your journey, your heart, and what led you down this path. So without further ado, welcome Goranka to the show.
Thank you, Polly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm beyond grateful and honored to be part of this and beyond happy to have my lifelong dream come true.
Yay. So tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from? Tell us just kind of a little bit about Goranka.
Thank you. Well, I was born in Croatia and I've been living in the United States for the past 30 plus years. And I came here actually, how I got myself on this path of gratitude and journaling is that I came here for a visit and the war broke out in my country, home country. So I could not go back. And this was one of the big life changes that I experienced at a very young age. And journaling has always been there for me in my life. It was almost like my little therapy. I would put my feelings into the journal. And then shortly after, when the war broke out and I had to deal with the loss and separation from my family, I ended up making the decision to go into a nursing program here in the United States. So through the work and professional aspects of my life, I witnessed a lot of challenges people, women in particularly, go through, which again, through all those challenges in my personal life, I've also always gone back to journaling. And then gratitude happened to find me in my mess, not my success. So that's how I ended up blending both into this beautiful product.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your journal and this business you've birthed lately.
So the journal, again, going back to the fact that I've always wanted to create my own journal because it meant so much to me through the most difficult moments. And the timing in life was never seemed quite right up until that one day I simply decided, you know what, I'm just going to figure it out. I'm doing it. And I found Dream Printing Company, which I'm beyond grateful for. And I wanted to create a journal that felt like home. Felt emotionally safe, not beautiful only aesthetically, and that has value, but also very emotionally safe and warm and inviting for women. So here it is. Was able to imprint the logo for The Most Powerful Story Is Yours. Own it, write it, live it. with gratitude.
Ooh. Say it again. What's on the cover?
The most powerful story is yours. Own it, write it, live it with gratitude.
Mm, that's good. That's good. I remember living in New York, I guess it was my second year living there, and I had on the wall, like, you are living your story.
Mm.
And it's just that reminder. Journaling also has been a very special thing. I started at like 5 years old. Everything's misspelled and whatever, but I was processing a lot as a child in my home. And I totally relate to that. Journaling is like this friend you've always had, and it's walked with you through all sorts of things. It knows so much more, and it helps you really understand and process yourself and what you're going through. Like, I truly can't imagine life without journaling, like,
Yeah.
through all seasons.
And I
So
can't either. And it's not only
Mhm.
that it help was there for me when I was going through the most difficult times, even just for ordinary life's messiness. I feel like we're so charged, and just being able to put in a paper and
Yeah.
give you so much clarity and reflection back so you can navigate it, with a different mindset.
Yeah, I heard a good quote a while back. I think Rebecca Lyons shared it. I don't know if it's her quote, but I read it in her book, and she said journaling is like the windshield wipers of the soul. It
Hmm.
helps you just kind of see clearly, and you have all this stuff on your windshield and you don't even know what it is to see forward. I just really kind of like that. It's like a cleaning almost. So you've been inspired to kind of make this journal for a while, but when did you really get that clarity and come up with your name, for example?
So I've had the name that for a while, and I remember clearly the moment, because I'm like, what am I waiting for? I think that that's one of the times when you're sitting with yourself, like, when is the time to act on your dreams? Everything else is always priority, family,
Mm-hmm.
children, life, work, all of that. So it was 2024. I had that moment. I already had, the quote, the most powerful story is yours, that evolved through my lifetime, going through my experiences. So I've had that, and I just wanted to, bring that together. So it was last year, and worked slowly on all the modules, through Dream Printing Company at the pace that felt right. I think that's the key. Sometimes when we immerse ourselves into these projects, we want to get them done yesterday. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's that, overwhelming pressure. And, this process was, I took time. I took
Mm-hmm.
time to go through the steps and evolve with this project as well.
I think that's key. And I totally agree. Everybody wants it yesterday. Everybody wants it print on demand, which is not going to be the process to get something truly as beautiful and thoughtful as what you've created with Let Soul. So, I guess take us into the launch and what it's been like, kind of putting your product into the world. Like, what did that feel like, kind of finally being on the other side of all the ideation and dreaming that you've been doing?
That has been transformative in so many ways. And again, it's not a one moment, it's a process that you're continuously building it up. The process, I remember the moment that I got the journal, and I'm like, oh, now what, what's the next step? Now it's actually, the phase of really telling the world about it and having the people get the experience of it. And for me, one of the biggest things that I wanted as part of the launch to highlight, it's not only about an object that's going to sit on your shelf or your nightstand and not being used. I wanted this to be very user friendly. So I ended up co-creating a small, very, very small mini course, Gratitude Journaling Made Simple, for specifically designed for busy and overwhelmed women who
Mm.
don't have much time to connect with themselves or gratitude, or to really understand the concept of it. And talking about it, sharing with the world. There are many times I still pinch myself. Happen, it's out there, and hearing the feedback, and people have reviewed it, and it has been great.
Oh,
Great.
that's so.
Inspiring, because now I want to, you're like on this path, you got this done, and builds you that confidence. Now, I want to do something else after this. So it's really
Yeah.
inspiring.
You really never know where one paper product's going to lead you. I've been on this journey now. I'm about to launch my 12th planner collection. And it's like, if you look back at all the steps, it just starts to lead down. Now you're speaking, now you're teaching, now it starts to unlock doors, because it all comes from the place of helping people with that result, helping people in their lives, help them improve. And we need that all the time, not in just good times or just bad times, but all the time. So tell us a little more about where folks could find your product and kind of who did you make it for?
Specifically, I'll answer the last question first. Specifically, I made it for women,
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed women,
Mm-hmm.
women who juggle so many jobs and responsibility and roles, and the woman that silence herself often, and they
Mm-hmm.
feel like they're not really living the chapters of their life, they're merely surviving. So that's for that woman that's overwhelmed, tired, she doesn't practice self-care, and she has somewhere along this life path lost her voice. So when that woman hears about this journal, I wanted her to go to letsoul.com and pick up the journal. And the course is free once when you get the journal. And also there's a free companion also download where they can download a very simple way on how to start journaling.
Mm-hmm.
Develop this map method, which is moment, appreciate, and pause to savor, where they can start, implementing gratitude journaling in their life. The word implementing may be a little bit too strong, like embracing it.
Mm.
And sometimes people, I've heard women say, "Oh, I don't even know where to start or how to begin, where do I squeeze that in my life?" And I wanted something that will only take one moment for them to be able to pause, find joy, and create the next moment in their life in a simple way.
That's good. That's so good. So the cadence of the product when you're using it is that map method.
It is the map method.
Okay.
A lot of times, like I said, women find themselves overwhelmed. They don't know if they're, first of all, for a lot of women, journaling is not as native as it has been to me or to you, Polly. And now you're introducing gratitude journaling. And I wanted something to be very simple, very easy, that builds confidence. There's no perfect way. It's your way, but you can still do it. These are the elements that will help you write it in the way that's going to really be the most healing to you.
That's so good. I love that. I was just on a retreat and we were learning different spiritual disciplines, things I've never really done before. Like I've attempted like a silent, the part of the retreat was a silent retreat, no speaking. And it's like part of that sounds terrifying. Part of it sounds amazing. Part of it sounds scary. We were even going to have a meal where we don't talk. So I was kind of looking forward to it, but also kind of scared with how, I don't know, stifling that might feel. And I remember the leader just said, "We're just going to give it a go. Like you don't know until you give it a go." So she's an English woman. She was like, "We're going to give it a go." And that was kind of our thing for the rest of the trip was, you just have to give it a go as part of it. Like you figure it out as you go. Like you said, there's no wrong way. There's no hardcore pressure to this. It's just about blessing you and taking time to invest in you and find your voice so you
Find your
live a
voice.
more colorful life. I love your mission and passion on this. And how long does the course take? Tell me a little more about the course. Is that like kind of a quick thing? Is it? Um,
It's definitely quick. It's a mini course. It has 4 modules. I will
mhm,
probably say from beginning to the end, the journey should be maybe 25, 30 minutes the most.
mhm,
Because again, the woman that I'm speaking to, she's tired. She does
mhm,
not have time. She does not need, uh, an hour long session on something. She literally just needs something to kind of ignite her and
Mhm.
move the needle a little bit in her
Mhm.
life. And so the course has 4 modules, basically I provide a little bit of teaching on why gratitude matters and a small component of neuroscience, what happens to your brain, to your heart, to your mind when you're implementing gratitude, and then how we combine gratitude and journaling together, followed by, creating your space. I think that's really important, where you feel like you can journal, and what are some roadblocks, that present in our life. So it's a very brief course. It's a free companion. And then when you go through the course, we have Gratitude Academy. It's a Facebook group, and you can join, and we continue to provide you with the prompts. They're just good for seasons of life you're walking through, or a woman is walking through.
That's so good. So where can people connect with you?
Instagram at Let's Soul Life, website letsoul.com, and also Facebook, Let's Soul.
Amazing. So what would you say? I'd love to end it with like, what would really be your heart and hope for women when they pick up this book, and maybe her when she's done with it? Like, what's kind of the hope that you have for her?
I would hope that this woman can now start owning her story, which means whatever happened, it happened. I still get to decide what comes next. And when she writes it in her journal, she's reclaiming it. She stops being a character and she's the author now. And
Mm.
that's how healing begins. That's how life shifts and changes for her.
That
The
is
author
so
comes.
good. I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. You've been an incredible Print School student, now Print School alumni. I'm curious, for those watching who have a dream of printing on their heart, what would you say was the experience of Print School? What would you say to someone kind of on the fence looking to join that program to make their print dream come true?
If you're on the fence, jump in. Just it's so worth it. An amazing program, well worth the investment. Highly, highly recommend. And this is how you actually get to your dreams. You have led us, Polly, through this whole experience. It has been tremendous. So anybody who, if I had to review it, 20 out of 10, 50 out of 10, whatever that number would be, it has been great.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Well, we will put all of your contact information below. I hope that those watching are inspired to journal again, specifically gratitude journaling. I love your mission and what you're doing, and I hope all of you will connect with her. This was amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Polly. Appreciate the opportunity. And again, very grateful and honored to be here.